who it is. Professor Layton, was it?
The name's Layton, madam.
Oh, that's right. Professor Layton. All that talking about the mansion we did last time got me reminiscing, so I decided to stop by for a visit. But enough about me. By the look on your face, it seems that you have something you want to ask me.
As a matter of fact, I do. Do you happen to know who Baron Reinhold considered his close friends?
His friends, you say? Well, he wasn't exactly what you'd call a social butterfly. I'm sorry. That's really all I knew of his friends. Oh, wait a moment. I do believe I saw that Zappone fellow pay a visit to the mansion a few times.
Professor, could she be referring to that man we met?
Ah, yes. That gentleman with the fancy little moustache. We should ask if he knows anything. I would wager he's still hanging about the fork in the road, just beyond the clock tower.
Close friends as a baron? It's true I had the pleasure of meeting Baron Reinhold a few times.
Mr. Zappone, you didn't happen to be good friends with the Baron, did you?
Me? Ha ha ha! Oh no, it was nothing of the sort.
Can you think of anyone at all who was close to Baron Reinhold?
No, I didn't really know him. Well, there was that one possibility. No, wait. Never mind, I'm not so sure.
I guess Zappone can't really tell us much of anything.
Yes, I'm afraid he was no help at all. I suppose that means we're back where we started. But at least we can be sure that this close friend we're after is a resident of St. Mystere. We mustn't give up, Luke. Let's continue to ask around.
Not being a member of high society myself, I've never so much as had a conversation with Baron Reinhold. Now, Sonny, much as I'd like to keep chatting, I'm awfully tired. I think I need to go and lie down.
Are you feeling unwell, sir?
I'm just so plumb exhausted lately. It's that awful noise coming from the tower, you see. It's gotten so loud, I can't sleep a wink at night.
Do you know what's causing the noise?
It's just a rumor, but I hear that every time that sound rips through St. Mystere, someone disappears. They say the ones who go missing are the people who've been talking about feeling tired. But those who disappear are back before you know it, so it's probably just a load of poppycock.
Whenever the noise sounds, someone disappears. Interesting.
Do you think the peculiar sound has anything to do with that strange old man who abducted Ramon?
It's certainly a possibility, isn't it? But why would he release his victims after going through the trouble of kidnapping them?
Professor, there's something on the ground here.
You're right. It appears to be a scrap of paper. Will you check if anything is written on it?
Sure thing. Let's see here.
The boss complimented my latest model today. He's a good guy, and he's given me a new sense of purpose. I'm sure this is my true calling. I want to perfect my skills so I can repay the man for his generosity.
This sounds a great deal like a journal entry, doesn't it? Judging by how the writer uses the term the boss, I imagine he was under the employ of the Baron.
I've constructed models to fit every situation, just like the boss asked me to. I got a smile when I see how interested he is in them.
That's the end of the entry. Do you suppose this person made some sort of models for a living?
You there? Yes, you.
Do you mean me, good sir?
Yep, you. This flower vase is yours, right? I've been keeping it nice and safe for you. I've never seen anyone just forget something like this while shopping. You're a vase space case. I'm
sorry, but you must be mistaken. I've never seen that vase before in my life.
What? This fancy vase doesn't belong to you? So why'd that guy tell me to give this to you?
What did this man look like?
Well, my hat has a way of obscuring certain details for me. It's the worst, I tell you. Har har har. But back to the issue at hand. The mystery man wasn't a regular around here. That's for sure. Don't sweat it though. I'll just give it back to the guy next time I see him. So, speaking of flower vases, I know a puzzle I bet you'd like. It's not a hard one or anything, but it's the least I can do for bothering you about the vase.
Well, here's my guess. I did it! Yes!
Good job. You've got a good head on your shoulders. I'm impressed. By the way, you sure you don't want to take some fresh sausage home with you? Believe me, these are some links you don't want to be missing.
No, thank you. We are just fine.
Too bad. Not to bust your chops or anything, but that deal was a one-time offer. Maybe you'd have said yes if you'd knew what was at stake.
I think we're done here, Luke.
I couldn't agree more, Professor. What kind of lout just throws trash on the ground? I'm going to pick it up. It's an old newspaper. Honestly, you'd think that everyone would know that trash goes in the trash. Wait a second! You have to come take a look at this article!
Well, would you look at that? It seems to be Inspector Chelmy. Look at that. Chelmy hailed as brilliant detective and devoted husband.
Chelmy hailed as brilliant detective and devoted husband. Chelmy celebrates each successful case with his favorite treat, his wife's sweet potato fritters.
Wow, who saw that one coming? He's so gruff that I never imagined he had a soft side like that. Just look at that old grump, grinning over his plate of sweet potato fritters. I knew he was fussing over nothing when he said he hated sweets back at Reinhold Manor.
That's right, Luke. He did say that. How very curious.
So, is it true what I'm hearing about the two of you? Are you really running about town in search of the Reinhold fortune?
That's correct, sir. Currently, we're in search of a close friend of Baron Reinhold's. We believe he has entrusted this friend with an important note.
gracious! That's quite a search you have on your hands. Oh, excuse me. My name is Archibald. Gus, the Baron and I were great friends, thick as thieves. We used to have the most amazing conversations late into the night. Do you think that perhaps I am the one you're searching for?
Yes, I think so. What luck that after all this searching, we should bump into you in a place like this. I have one question. Do you recall ever receiving a small note or written message from the Baron?
No, I don't remember ever receiving anything of the sort from Gus. But he did give me a fine desk that once belonged to him. It's at home. Maybe it holds some kind of clue.
The Baron's desk, you say? Excellent.
Would you like to come over to my house and take a look at it?
You are most gracious. If you'd be kind enough to allow us a look at it, we would be very grateful.
It's fine with me. Just one thing, though. You see, Gus and I were both in love with puzzles. It just wouldn't be right to let two strangers who haven't even solved 50 puzzles examine his belongings. When you have 50 puzzles to your name, come pay this old man another visit, alright? The number of puzzles you have solved is indicated by that number above your map of the town. If you two can manage to solve 50 puzzles, I'll happily take you to see Gus's desk.
Understood.
Why, howdy! Do you often find yourself hopelessly, achingly, painfully stuck on puzzles? Well then, Sonny, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Granny Riddleton's Puzzle Shack. If the cottage is empty, it means that you've solved all the puzzles that are currently available. On the other hand, if you leave too many puzzles unsolved, they might not all fit in the cottage. If that's the case, you can see the rest of your lost puzzles by tapping on my little broom over there. Now, go on, see what you have waiting inside the cottage.
We still haven't solved enough puzzles, Professor. Well, time to head back into town and look for more.
Still no luck finding the villain? What an odd world we live in. Well, you know what they say. Truth is stranger than fiction. Speaking of fiction, I just thought up this little gem. Please give me your honest feedback on it. streets are overlapping.
That should do it. Critical thinking is the key to a success.
That's right. Beautiful work. But I think the puzzles I write into my next novel will be even harder than that one. If you have time, stop by later. I'm sure to have an utterly fascinating puzzle prepared for you by then.
Welcome to Saint Mystere, where our local export is the puzzle.
Lady Dahlia seems to have given us a test. We'll need to decipher this map in order to find the village.
Huh? Professor, do you mean to say that you already figured out the town's location?
Looking into the mysterious disappearances around the village, are you?
See, I always seem to be losing things nowadays, and replacing them gets mighty expensive.
I've constructed models to fit every situation, just like the boss asked me to.
What? This fancy vase doesn't belong to you. So why'd that guy tell me to give this to you?
Reinhold Manor awaits. Make your way to Reinhold Manor on the east side of town.
I guess I was on the right track all along. Thanks for your help, boys.
So what if you can see a few days into the future? Big whoop! I hear they own all the buildings too. I guess you could say this town sort of belongs to the Reinholds.